All right, we're in the shop today. If you haven't figured it out, this is the two-stroke turbo channel where we mostly deal with microcars. I love my job. Love working on these little cars. They're so unique. They're so cool. They're small. They're tiny, but they're mighty, and they're so much fun. Same thing with this one and that one and that one. They're all just really, really precious. We found the antithesis to precious. This is a beast. We're going to do a little review. I don't know what you might call it, an overview on this 2001 Sportsmobile diesel, huge megalith, mega fantastic Ford bug out rig. This is a big, heavy rig. Every time it comes in, I'm just astounded as to how heavy it is and how well outfitted it is. So it's a Ford Econoline van. It's a E-350 diesel, Power Stroke diesel. But not only is it a Ford van, it's four-wheel drive. But on top of that, it's completely outfitted like a camper. A lot of people really dig this thing. I have to stand back to get the whole thing in perspective here. It's got a pop top on top that pops up about 3 feet. And on top of that, it's got a rack, solar panels, and I don't know what else he's got up there. I guess we could look. There's a ladder right here, right? So if we climb up, oh yeah, we got our solar panels on our rack. This whole top is fiberglass, and it's so heavy. It's got hydraulic motors, kind of like a convertible top. So I had to replace them once. And then it's also got an awning. The top itself weighs 1,000 pounds. This thing is heavy duty compared to all these little tiny little cars that I'm used to working on, which each one of those things weighs about 1,000 pounds. The top, just the top, pop top on this thing weighs about 1,000 pounds. Let's do a little walk around, shall we? Major bumpers with storage, lockable storage for your jack. Well, unless you decide to put your jack on top and clamp it on like that. Major tow hooks, lights, extra coolers, heavy duty tires, special lift kit. We've got propane on board right there. We've got our diesel fuel, our shore power, different types, venting for our stove, venting for our water, and then more huge bumpers and storage. This thing is really heavy. I forgot what he said, but their axles are not strong enough for this rig. They're actually putting in stronger axles because before they put their gear inside, it's maxed out. So let's take a look kind of underneath, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. We've got an auxiliary fuel tank here. This looks to be about 50 gallons. We've got our batteries strapped in there. Look at the size of that sway bar. It's huge. There's another fuel tank up in front there. I think that's another 50 gallon, and more batteries strapped underneath there. Just a massive vehicle. Let's get a look at the front. Again, it is four-wheel drive. You can see our locking hubs. It's got a special lift kit. It's an automatic transmission with the 7.3 Power Stroke diesel engine. We've got Rancho shocks, Rancho steering stabilizer. This is a massive vehicle. Everything has its place. There's our transfer case. We have more batteries here. How many batteries has it got? There's a house battery. I think it's got house and coach, or coach batteries and running. It's got a lot of batteries because I know there's one in the hood too. So there's like 4 different batteries. But the whole purpose of this thing is to bug out, and that is to go camping in Mexico for months on a time. That's what the customer uses it for. So they've got little tables. It's well used. Let's see if I can open this up. Storage everywhere. There's a bed there in this seat. We've got heating down there, probably a Webasto heater of some type, a refrigerator, a sink, lighting, and then the whole top pops up and you've got sleeping area up above. This thing is really, really, really heavy. That's all I can say, is it's just massively heavy. I can't put it on my lift. My lift is only rated for 10,000 pounds, and this thing weighs a little more than that. I think it's closer to 18 if I'm remembering correctly, which seems like a ridiculous amount of weight. So it's in for an inspection before it gets its new drive axles installed. We're going to make sure that the airbag's got an issue and some other little problems. But what a big rig. Again, it's Power Stroke in a van. It's an E-350. I don't know. Some people just love these things. It's a little too big for my taste, but it's what it is. That's a monster van. And the antithesis of that is our little micro vans here.